Hi, Susan Berland, personal photo organizer. I want to talk about why I love what I do and why it's so important to me. I don't have a lot of positive memories of my childhood. I'm sure there were many good things that happened, but I really only remember the negative things, or not only, but mostly remember the negative things. I remember there was a lot of yelling in my house. Between everyone in my house. I was hit a lot. And I remember my mom telling me, "You make me sick." That stuck with me for many, many years. And we don't have a lot of pictures of my childhood. I don't remember my dad taking a lot of pictures. There were some movies that were taken, but not a lot of snapshots. And my mom did not keep albums of my growing up years. So when I had my children, and I had my children really young, I wanted to document their lives. It was my intention to document their lives, and I took a lot of pictures of them. I've always taken a lot of pictures. If you've been following me, you know that about me already. But I was young. I didn't know what to do with those pictures, and I just kind of haphazardly slapped them into albums, not even in order, and many times the years were all mixed up. When I got into the business that I'm in now, I was still really overwhelmed, and I had 30 years worth of pictures of my children, and I didn't know what to do with them. And eventually I found a tool that allowed me to organize them, and I've shared a lot on the site about organizing and what I've learned, and I share that with you because I think it's really important. But what I want to talk about now is that when I started organizing the pictures of my children, I realized that I lost all those memories that were there in those pictures, the very reason I took them. I took those pictures so that I would remember, so that I'd have something to share with my children. I often think that if I had had a photo album, if my mother had made a photo album and written something about what it was like for her, how she felt about me and my sister and my dad, how she'd felt about whatever, that trip to the park or that day at the beach or whatever that was, that it might have given me a different perspective on my childhood. And I wanted to give that to my children. I wanted to give them a well-rounded perspective on their childhood. And I look at all these pictures and the memories are gone on so many of them. And it just broke my heart as I was going through these pictures. And I really got at that point why it's important to document your pictures. And so today, when I look at a photo album or when I think about making a photo album, it's not about the pictures. Yes, it's about the pictures, but it's about the stories. It's about what am I creating. And it may be too late for me to document my children's childhood. I do have some memories and I can still make them an album, but it's not too late for me to do that for my grandchildren, and it isn't too late for me to document my life today. To tell my children when they're looking at these photo albums of me or me and them or me and my grandchildren, what it is that I'm doing, but more than that, why? What am I feeling? What's important to me about this day? What memory did it evoke for me? Perhaps I'm doing something with my grandchildren that reminds me of something I did with my own children. Or maybe it's one of my vacation albums that they weren't even there, but I can write about my feelings about it. And that what I want to go into that album is me, because at the time when they read those albums or they look at those albums, I'll probably be gone. And I want them to have that sense of who I am, who I was as a person, maybe in a way they hadn't realized. So that's the value of a photo album, and that's why, since I didn't have that for myself as a child or from my own family, that's why I want to leave that behind. And that's why I do what I do.